Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's Lou Tompkins All-Star League 18 and under summer baseball contest between the co-op of Belmont and Watertown and Brookline. Now, I know normally I say who the visitors and the hosts are, and obviously we are playing in Brookline. We've got some slightly interesting circumstances here, as Belmont and Watertown, they don't have a home site this year, so these two teams are going to play twice here at Warren Field. And it's just going to be a matter of who's the home and visitor on the scoreboard, like who's going to bat in the who's going to bat in the top or bottom of the inning. I think today Brookline is going to be the home team, and Belmont and Watertown will bat in the top of the first inning. So we should soon get this one underway. Brookline coming into this game with a 5-3 record. They recently collected their fourth win of the season in a road game against Billerica by a final score of 12-8. I know towards the end of my stream I had said that it was 12-7, but Brookline coach texted me a correction that actually that last run on that weird sac fly double play, the last run did count. So what the officials told me at the field was incorrect. You know, it happens. It's a weird circumstance, so sometimes, you know, things come out differently. Sorry about that. So that was Brookline's technically fourth win. That was their fourth win that they've gotten on the field. But their record is 5-3 because all the teams recently got an extra win because the Acton-Boxborough team dropped out of the league. So effectively, they forfeit every game they were scheduled for now. So it's just, you know, everybody, you know, getting a even benefit there. Acton-Boxborough basically gets listed as going 0-18 on the season because they forfeited the entire season. So Brookline 5-3, Belmont and Watertown 6-2-1 so far this season. So two teams very close in win-loss record. Belmont, Watertown having played one more game than Brookline has so far. Not surprising considering that Brookline was supposed to play yesterday against Reading Black in what would have been a rescheduled game from a one that got canceled earlier in the season, but then that one got canceled again because we've been getting some crazy rain out here. So this one should be getting started soon. And it looks like Brookline's getting ready to take the field. I have not gotten starting lineups yet for either team, but I'm going to fill them in as they go. Going to rely on Game Changer a little for that, and going to rely on my own eyes to see who, you know, steps up to the plate in a given situation and whatnot. Reminder, as always, if you end up enjoying this live stream, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. We are slated for at least 2 more games for the summer team this week, and then obviously plenty more to come in the weeks following. So be sure to stay tuned for those. Subscribing to the channel can help. And then, as always, I encourage audience participation in the live chat. You know, if you want to say something as simple as go Brookline or go Belmont, You know, whoever you're rooting for, it doesn't matter. We appreciate the good vibes in the live chat. If you want to shout out a specific player, you know, you can do that as well. And we've got the starting lineup for Brookline. So I can fill that in now as we see their starting pitcher coming out onto the mound. And it is number 15, Owen Hoffman. Hoffman, so far this summer, he's made 2 previous pitching starts. He's got a 1-1 win-loss record. He's pitched 7 innings through his first 2 appearances with an ERA of 3.00, a whip of 1.57, and 11 strikeouts. So Hoffman hoping for a strong outing here today. As I'm just typing in the starting lineup as it's come to me. And already I'm noticing some positional discrepancies on the starting lineup I was given. So I'm going to continue to fill it in as I go. Oh, I see what happened. I read the lineup wrong. It actually didn't show positions, so I'm just going to have to fill those in as I go. As we get ready to start here in the top of the first inning. Meeting of the infield. Let's get ready to get this one started. One notable absence for Brookline, their usual leadoff hitter, Keenan Sawada, not here today. Brookline's certainly going to be missing him at the top of their order and in their infield. We are about ready to get this one started. Home plate umpire sweeping things at the plate, and we're about ready to get started. Brief pause for some reason. Oh, they had to close the gate up the first base line. So, okay, now we're ready to get started. First batter for the Belmont Watertown Co-op. Gonna try and spot the jersey numbers and fill those in as I go. First pitch of the game. And it's a grounder past the pitcher, charging in and taking it as the shortstop, Elias Brendel. Nice throw to first for an opening ground out. So nice one pitch out. And Elias Brendel, who's mostly been playing center field for Brookline this summer, makes a nice play at the shortstop position there, showing some versatility with his glove. Next one, another one pitch. Skied to the outfield, and it's tracked out in center field for out number 2 by number 44, Justin Liu. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Hoffman's got to like that, as number 13 flies out to center. Next up is number 27. And for the first time, we don't have a 1-pitch swing, as that's going to be a high ball 1. That one going to miss high and out for ball 2. This one fouled off for strike 1. That's a high ball 3. And that one is tipped for strike 2, so we got a full count to number 27 here. And that's a high ball 4. 2-out walk for number 27. Next up is number 33. Back-to-back lefties. 2 outs, runner at first. '27 taking off on the first pitch, swing and a miss for a strike, throw down to second. Wrong side of the bag, and 27 is going to get the steal. He had a nice big jump on it there. If Ben Doctoroff, the catcher, was going to try and catch him, his throw was going to have to be pretty much perfect. This one is golfed foul off the first base side towards the tennis courts for strike 2. Oh, and 2 the count. In there, strike 3. Hoffman hits him with the curve in the zone and puts an end to the top of the first. We move to the bottom of the first now, and I see we've got a couple of notes in the live chat from Barbara Jo Metzger. Go Brookline from Buffalo, New York, even if Keenan Sawada isn't here this week. And then from Alexander Manning, that's a tough blow, I assume referring to missing Sawada. And certainly Brookline going to miss his ability to get on base and move around the bags as quickly as he does. And, of course, his strong glove in the infield. But, you know, we saw some good play from Brendel on that first ground out. So Brookline's going to make things work. And here is the starting lineup that they're going to try and make things work with here against a tough Belmont Watertown team. Leading off for Brookline, the center fielder, number 44, Justin Liu. Batting second, the catcher, number 8, Ben Doctoroff. Batting third, the shortstop, number 27, Elias Brendel. Batting cleanup and starting on the mound, number 15, Owen Hoffman. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 2, Charlie Engelman. Batting sixth, the right fielder, number 17, Adam Rosenblatt. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 7, Mayfield-Sheehan. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 11, Jackson Fantuzzi. Batting ninth, the extra hitter, number 34, Nico Hart. And batting 10th, the left fielder, number 12, James Skeffington. Head coach of the Brookline High 18 and under summer team is John Busey. First to the plate for Brookline, we have the center fielder, number 44, Justin Liu, facing off against the starting pitcher for Belmont and Watertown, number 40. Shows bunt and lays it up the third base side, and Liu is going to leg it out for a leadoff bunt single. One pitch and not even really one swing. One pitch, half a swing, and Brookline's got a leadoff man on. Well executed by Justin Liu, as now coming up the catcher, number 8, Ben Doctoroff. First pitch to Doctoroff in there, strike one. Doctoroff, as you can see, tied for the team lead in hits so far this summer with 9. He is 9 for 24 with a double, 3 walks, 2 steals, 6 runs scored, and 5 RBI as he takes a high ball 1. Pickoff attempt, and Liu dives back safely. Got to be careful here. Number 40 is a lefty hurler for Belmont, so he's got an advantage on the pickoff move to first, as that pitch is going to miss high and outside for ball 2. And they got him picked off. Throw down to second, and they got him. Like I said, you got to watch out for that slick lefty pickoff move. And just like that, we go from no outs, runner at first, to 1 out, bases empty. Swing and a miss. Doctoroff might have chased that one a little high, and that's going to be strike 2. That one in the zone for strike 3. Doctoroff goes down looking. And now 2 down. Here in the bottom of the first, up comes the shortstop, number 27, Elias Brendel. And first swing, and it's popped up. Going to stay in play. Pitcher tracks it for out number 3. So Brookline effectively down in order with that one pickoff move, erasing a leadoff hit. And so through 1, we are scoreless. Saw good defense on both sides in that first inning. Might just give you an indication of what kind of game we might be in for today. Of course, last week in the game at Billerica, Brookline was engaged in what one might call a rather sloppy contest. There were a lot of errors to go around. A lot of judgment calls had to be made by the scorekeeper about base hits versus errors. A lot of weird hops around the infield, a lot of juggled ground balls, a lot of bad throws to first. And it resulted ultimately in a lot of runs being scored, with, of course, Brookline coming out on top by a final of 12-8. With the game ending ironically on a nice defensive play as Hoffman, who was playing right field at the time, chased down a long fly ball, and then it turned out that a runner had failed to tag up before taking off, and so Brookline picked that runner off at second to end the game on a weird double play. First pitch here, it's a grounder through the right gap into right field, and it's a leadoff single for the pitcher, number 40. Next up now is going to be number 5. First pitch just misses. Low and away, ball 1. We saw Belmont take off for a steal of second in the first inning. Number 40, a threat to do it again. Pickoff attempt, and 40 gets back safely. Runner now taking off. Pitch in for a strike. Throw down to second. Just barely safe, as the tag actually did pop out of the glove. So regardless of the timing, another successful steal for Belmont. Next one's going to miss high for ball 2. That one is going to miss low for ball 3. 3-1 now, the count to number 5. Runner at second, nobody out. And it's a high ball 4. Back-to-back hitters reach base here. First and second with nobody out. Now up comes number 2. Attempted pickoff at second, but number 40 races back to the bag. This one fouled off for strike 1. Those pickoff moves at second always going to be so much tougher because you're pulling the middle infield, at least one of the middle infielders out of position, so you got to time it just right. Runner taking off. A throw down to second to catch number 5. And they caught him with plenty of space. Heads up play by Ben Doctoroff. Runners were taking off for, number 40 was taking off for third base and did take it. Number 5 tried to take advantage of the attention that number 40 was going to garner and take off for second. But Doctoroff deciding to take the road less traveled and head down to second, and he got an out of it. This one's a dribbler up the third base line. Runner's going to score. Throw to first by Engelman is good for out number 2. Belmont going to be the first on the board off the RBI groundout. Two down now, and the base is empty. And now that throw down to second by Doctoroff, much bigger, as this could have been runner at third with 1 out and a run across, as that's strike 1 there. But instead, it's 2 outs with the bases empty. So even though a run did come in, still a heads-up play. Strike 2. Quick 0-2 count. And that one is fouled off. Number 1 stays alive at 0-2. That one comes in high for ball 1. And reaches low, but lines it right back to Hoffman. And that is going to end the top of the second. Belmont gets a run on the board off some aggressive base running from number 40. And as we move to the bottom of the second, the score, Belmont 1, Brookline 0. Due up for Brookline going to be the 4, 5, 6 hitters, Hoffman, Engelman, and Rosenblatt. Returning to the mound for Belmont after adding to his own cause, the pitcher number 40, Jones. Now batting for Brookline, the pitcher number 15, Owen Hoffman. Takes strike 1. Hoffman tied for the team lead in hits. He is 9 for 20 with a double, 2 walks, 3 steals, 4 runs scored, and a team leading 9 RBI. That one is going to miss for ball 2. Slices this one. Second baseman, number 27, Noon, calls for it and makes the catch for out number 1. Now coming up, the third baseman, number 2, Charlie Engelman. Swing and a miss there for strike 1. Engelman so far this season, 6 for 18 as he swings and misses at strike 2. Tied for the team lead with 2 doubles. Also got 2 walks, 1 hit by pitch, 1 steal, 3 runs, and 4 RBI. Fouls that one off to stay alive. Another defensive swing keeps him alive. And can't get that one. Strike is dropped, but tag is applied. Engelman goes down swinging. Now with 2 outs and the base is empty, up comes the right fielder, number 17, Adam Rosenblatt. Rosenblatt so far this summer 5 for 15, 3 walks, 1 steal, 3 runs, and 4 RBI. Slices this one foul and out of play for strike 1. Fooled on the off speed there, strike 2. Jones putting some movement and mixing up some speeds here, fooling the Brookline hitters. But Rosenblatt makes some good contact there out to right, and that's going to drop in right center. And Rosenblatt has himself a 2-out single. So now with a runner on and 2 down, up comes the second baseman, number 7, Mayfield-Sheehan. I don't think Sheehan played in either of the games that Brookline played last week, either against Newton or Bill Ricca, as he takes a low ball 1. He did have a very nice game against Waltham a couple weeks back, as he fouls off this one for strike 1. So far for the summer, Sheehan is 6 for 12, 1 double, 2 walks, 2 steals, 5 runs, and 6 RBI. Jones takes a beat off the rubber. And Sheehan fouls this one up the first base side, and it's caught by the first base coach, who I believe is Caden's father, actually. Nice play there. 1-2 the count. Rosenblatt taking off, but Sheehan swings and misses, and that is strike 3. And that will end the inning. Brookline leaves 1 runner stranded. We are through 2 here at Warren Field. Score Belmont 1, Brookline 0. Do have some names being filled in by Game Changer. So I'll be able to have those going forward, which is nice. Got a couple we're still waiting on, but we'll find those out in due time. In the meantime, Owen Hoffman returning to the mound for his 3rd inning of work. He's had a solid outing thus far. He has allowed 1 run through the first 2 innings, but only allowed 1 hit and 2 walks. For the most part, he's kept things pretty much in control. Now batting for Belmont, the center fielder, number 21, Saka. First pitch, and he pops it high, going to stay in the infield. Brendel is under it, and he's got it for out number 1. Up next is, I presume, the extra hitter, number 44. First pitch going to miss outside for ball 1. That one curves in nicely. Strike one. Curves him again for strike two. See, Hoffman's got sometimes a curve that just hangs and stays high, and then he also likes to go to the high heat sometimes. So when he brings a curve that actually drops, unless it drops in the dirt like that, but normally it can, when it's on, it can really fool some hitters. 2-2 the count to number 44, one out. Bases empty here in the top of the third. Swing and a miss. He goes fastball to put him down. Strike three. Two down now, and I believe we're cycling around to the top of the order with number 6 as he takes one to the outside corner for strike one. Swing and a miss there for strike two. Number 6 last time up, grounded out to short. There's a hard grounder right back to short. Fielded well again by Brendel. Throw to first is in time. Hoffman puts the batters down in order in the third. And it remains a one-run ball game. Due up for Brookline in the bottom of the third. It'll be the 8, 9, 10 hitters, Fantuzzi, Hart, and Skeffington. Got a slight defensive substitution, it appears, for Belmont as number 34. Now taking the spot in center field in place of number 21, Saka. Of course, number 40, Jones, back on the hill. Now leading off for Brookline, the first baseman, number 11, Jackson Fantuzzi. First pitch going to miss, outside, ball one. Fantuzzi so far this summer, 6 for 17, 1 double, 1 walk, 1 hit by pitch, 2 runs scored, and 4 RBI. That one just missed. I believe the count is 3-0, unless I'm mistaken. It is 3-0. That one going to hit the zone. Strike one. That one fouled off for strike two. And he rockets this one out to center, but right at the center fielder, and it's caught for out number one. So the new center fielder comes in for Belmont and immediately makes a play. Now batting for Brookline, the extra hitter, number 34, Nico Hart. And he takes strike one. Hart so far this season 0 for 2 with 1 run scored, and that 1 run came as a courtesy runner in last week's game at Bill Ricca. Fouls this one off for strike two. And he chases that one, fooled by the off speed for strike three. Jones has got a lethal off-speed pitch that just drops right off the table. Brookline's going to have to figure out how to navigate that pitch if they're going to want to get back in this. First pitch swung on and missed, strike one. At the plate for Brookline now, the left fielder, number 12, James Skeffington. 5 for 18 so far this summer. 1 walk, 1 steal, 4 runs, 2 RBI. Pops up a bunt up the third base line, but it rolls foul. Oh, and 2 now the count for Skeffington, and he's not going to be able to pull out that trick again. That one misses well outside for ball one. That one in the dirt, and Skeffington did not bite on it. Ball two. That one, oh, I lost track of the pitches. That is my mistake, folks. I am sorry. Skeffington draws a 2-out walk. Oh, it looks like maybe I was right. Yep, I was, okay. So it was the umps that lost track of the count. And in fact, it is a full count at 3-2. And Skeffington hits a liner up the middle. So instead of a 2-out walk, it's going to be a 2-out single for Skeffington. So now with Skeffington properly at first and 2 down, we cycle back to the top of the order as this one gets away, and Skeffington going to take advantage and move to second on the wild pitch. At the plate for Brookline, the center fielder, number 44, Justin Liu. Check swing foul from Liu there, strike one. Liu, his last time up, reached on a bunt single, but was picked off between first and second on a nice move by Jones. Jones hits a hard one into center field. This might bring in the tying run. Skeffington is being sent around home, and the center fielder couldn't corral it in time. Justin Liu with a game-tying single to center. Nice day at the plate for Justin Liu so far. Already 2 for 2 with an RBI. Just got to make sure he doesn't get caught on the base pads again as they immediately go for the pickoff move. They're not going to let him rest out there. At the plate for Brookline with 2 down and a runner at first, the catcher, number 8, Ben Doctoroff. Doctoroff swings and misses, and it's an 0-1 count. Swings and misses again for strike 2. Doctoroff went down looking his last time up. Now in the hole with an 0-2 count as Jones has been bringing nothing but heat so far. But you know he's got that off speed that he can work in at any moment. But that one, he's still throwing gas, but he throws it high for ball 1. This one fouled off by Doctoroff. He stays alive at 1-2. Looks like Liu was thinking about taking off, but kind of hesitated. Having been picked off once already and facing a lefty pitcher with a slick pickoff move at first, there's going to be some hesitation, but not that time as Liu takes off, but a defensive swing from Doctoroff fouls it off and is going to send Liu right back to first. That one catches the low corner for strike 3. And so Liu's steal does not even matter as Doctoroff goes down on strikes again. But Brookline able to tie things up, and at the end of 3, we are all squared at 1 apiece. Due up in the top of the 4th for Belmont should be number 13 Broderick, number 27 Noon, and number 33 Melanson. Hoffman back on the hill for his 4th inning of work. Certainly in a better position than he was last inning with the game now tied up. Leading off for Belmont, the shortstop, number 13, Broderick. He sends a high hopper over to third. It's fielded by Engelman, thrown to first. And that's going to be out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's every pitcher's dream right there. Now with 1 down, up comes the second baseman, number 27, Noon. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Noon in the first inning, he drew a 2-out walk, stole second, but was left stranded. Lifts one, foul up the right field line. That one misses, low and away, ball 2. This one lifted out to center field, and Lou's going to track it for out number 2. Two down and the base is empty. Up comes the first baseman, number 33, Melanson. And he hits a grounder past Hoffman. Charging in and taking it is Brendel. Throwing to first. The throw is wild. Melanson going to take off for second. And he reaches. A nice backup job by Doctoroff at first to try and make that a play at second, but nothing doing. And Melanson going to reach on the E6. Now coming up, the pitcher, number 40, Jones. Jones last time up got a single through the right gap, stole second, stole third, and came in to score what is so far Belmont's only run. So Brookline definitely doesn't want him on the bases here. Certainly doesn't want him to get a hit with a potential go-ahead run in scoring position. That one in the dirt, but well blocked by Doctoroff, ball 1. Pickoff attempt, but Melanson gets back. Hoffman takes a beat off the rubber. This one fouled off for strike 1. And that one into the tennis courts. 1-1, now the count to Jones. Sliced foul again. 1-2 now the count. Defensive swing sends it right back to Hoffman, who's going to underhand it to first for out number 3. Belmont threatens off the 2-out error, but cannot score. We move to the bottom of the 4th now, still tied at 1. You got it. The channel's name is my full name, so it's Jesse, J-E-S-S-E. Mayfield, like the month, and then what we play on, and then hyphen S-H-E-E-H-A-N. H-A-N. Okay, thank you. No problem. H-A-N, yes. No problem. We've got a new pitcher on the mound now for Belmont. Taking over for Jones is number 44. An interesting choice. Jones seemed well in control on the hill for Belmont. You know, maybe he was on a pitch count limit. Maybe he felt something in his arm. Apparently, number 44 also named Saka, similar to number 21. So Saka taking over on the mound for Jones. Due up. Due up for Brookline is going to be the 3, 4, 5 hitters, Brendel, Hoffman, and Engelman. Leading off for Brookline here in the bottom of the 4th, the shortstop, number 27, Elias Brendel. First pitch hits him. Rough start to the outing for Saka as Brendel moves down to first off the free pass. Now batting for Brookline, the pitcher, number 15, Owen Hoffman. First pitch in there, strike one. Hoffman, his last time up, he popped out to second to lead off the second inning. Now up with a runner at first, and Brendel taking off for second, but Hoffman fouls it off for strike two. Belmont has switched from a lefty to a righty pitcher, so going from first to second, potentially a lot easier for the Brookline base runners. Brendel takes right back off. Hoffman hits a grounder over to third. It is fielded at third, thrown to first, and fielded for out number one. Brendel does reach second. And now with the potential go-ahead run in scoring position and one down, up comes the third baseman, number 2, Charlie Engelman. That one low, and it's recovered by the catcher. Play at third! Got him! Brookline coach John Busey giving a brief appeal, asking to check with the home plate umpire, but he concurs with the call. And so what really happened there was it looked like a wild pitch, but it was a really nice recovery off the body pads by the Belmont catcher, number 6, Ranella, who then made a very nice throw down to third to catch Brendel, trying to take advantage of what he thought was a wild pitch. Engelman slices this one foul. It might stay playable, but no, it's just over the fence. Credit to Melanson. He was giving it a try, but it'll simply be a 2-1 count. Engelman went down on strikes his last time up. takes a high ball 3. Of course, Engelman had a very explosive day against Billerica last week, had 2 doubles on the day, including a 2-run double late in the game to give Brookline their last 2 runs of the day. Coach comes out to talk to Saka. Three and 1 is the count to Engelman with the bases empty and 2 down. And that one comes in high, and it's a 2-out walk for Engelman. So a runner on, and now up comes the right fielder, number 17, Adam Rosenblatt. Rosenblatt got a 2-out single his last time up, but was left stranded as this first pitch comes in high and outside for ball 1. That one is going to skip away from the catcher, and Engelman going to take second. This time it is a wild pitch proper. Ranella couldn't block that one. And for Brookline, the go-ahead run once again in scoring position. And again, this just highlights how big that recovery off the ricochet off his pads by Ranella, how big that play was. Because without that, there'd be only 1 out in the inning. And even if we're generous and assume that Brendel just doesn't take off on that play, then Brookline would have runners at second and third with 1 out. But if Brendel had taken off and Ranella hadn't made that nice recovery, that wild pitch would have at least put runners at second and third, would have potentially brought Brendel home. But instead, 2 down and a runner at second. Rosenblatt hits a grounder. It's going to go through the gap into left. Engelman is going to hold at third. But Rosenblatt with his second hit of the day. That puts runners at the corners with 2 down. And up comes the second baseman, number 7, Mayfield-Sheehan. First pitch high, ball 1. Sheehan went down on strikes to end the second inning, his last time up. But he's got an opportunity here with the potential go-ahead score just 90 feet away. And Sheehan hits a hard grounder over to short. It's juggled by the shortstop, but he throws it to second to get Rosenblatt. And that is going to end the inning. Brookline leaves 2 runners stranded. And through 4, we are still tied at 1 apiece. At this 4th inning intermission, I'd like to take a moment for a local charity spotlight. I'd like to tell you about the Brookline Community Foundation. For over 100 years, the Brookline Community Foundation has been a trusted partner, supporting Brookline by investing in organizations and initiatives that help create opportunity and promote equity for everyone who lives, learns, works, and plays in our community. Among the foundation's many grant programs is the BCF Scholarship Fund for Brookline High School, which provides graduating BHS students with scholarships to help fund post-secondary education. To date, 81 BHS students have received scholarships from this fund to help them as they build their futures, although that number does not include the BHS graduates who got scholarships this year. Your support is crucial to supporting Brookline youth as they embark on the next steps in their educational journeys. Visit brooklinecommunity.org or call 617-566-4442 to learn more about the BCF Scholarship Fund for Brookline High School and how you can make a difference right here in Brookline. Once again, brooklinecommunity.org or call 617-566-4442. And remember, as always, you can find all the information you need, a link to the website and the phone number for our local charity spotlight down in the description section down below. And if you know of any other local charities that you think deserve a spotlight here on these broadcasts, feel free to reach out to me. You can send me an email. Just check out the bottom right corner of your screen. Hoffman back on the hill for a fifth inning of work for Brookline. Leading off for Belmont, the third baseman, number 5, Dom. Dom takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Dom, his last time up, drew a walk, but was caught stealing second off that heads-up play by Doktorov, where Dom thought he was going to be ignored while Jones aggressively went for third, but instead got thrown off and thrown out. Fouls that one off. That'll be strike 2. Swing and a miss. Dom down on strikes for the first out of the fifth inning. Now batting, the left fielder, number 2, Callanan. First pitch sliced foul over the backstop. Callanan, his last time up, he got a ground out to third that drove in what is so far Belmont's only run. That one going to come in high for ball 1. That one's going to miss low and away for ball 2. That one also going to miss ball 3. That one's going to miss for ball 4. Callanan gets a free pass to first. And now coming up is the right fielder, number 15. Shows bunt, but fouls it off. Strike 1. Attempted pickoff, but Callanan dives back safely. That one is going to miss for ball 1. Number 15 is a new batter up in place of the original right fielder, number 1, Connor. As we see Coach Busey coming out to talk to Hoffman. Hoffman pitching deep into this one. He's been well in control in what has largely been a pitcher's duel so far, but whenever you got a pitcher's duel, that's ever mounting pressure on the pitchers. There's a grounder up the third base line, and it's going to drop fair, going to left. Number 15 with the single, and now 2 runners on for Belmont. And a potential go-ahead run in scoring position. Now coming up, the center fielder, number 34. First pitch fouled off, strike 1. Number 34 coming on in place of number 21, Saka. That one sails in high for a ball. Pickoff attempt at second, and he slides back safe. 1-1, the count to 34. That one high and inside, dangerously close to the head, but 34 dodges away. It'll simply be ball 2. This one popped into shallow right. Sheehan back for it. He's got it. Throw to second for the pickoff. Oh my gosh, miscommunication on the base paths by Belmont, and Brookline makes him pay. Not sure what happened, but Callanan clearly got confused about the situation there. Maybe he thought there were 2 outs, and so he just kind of hesitated going back to the bag, and Brookline took advantage. We move to the bottom of the 5th, still tied at 1 apiece. And we've got another new pitcher for Belmont. This is number 13, Broderick, taking over. Number 44, Saka, going to move to first base. Not sure who's taking over at short. Might be number 5, Dom, taking over at short. As it looks like Melanson is moving over to third. Due up for Brookline, it's going to be the 8, 9, 10 hitters, Fantuzzi, Hart, and Skeffington. Very similar to the order that was due up in the bottom of the 3rd, which was when Brookline was able to get their lone run. They're hoping they can add 1 more. This last time we went through this part of the order, it was Skeffington who got a 2-out single up the middle after some confusion about the number of balls and strikes. Thought he had a walk, but in fact he had a full count, and he just followed it up with a single. Advanced to second on a wild pitch, and then came home on an RBI single to center by Justin Liu. Leading off for Brookline now in the bottom of the 5th, The first baseman, number 11, Jackson Fantuzzi. Big swing and a miss for strike one. Fantuzzi, last time up, he flew out to center, hoping to get on base and provide a threat here in the fifth. But not on that one. Swing and a miss for strike two. Fantuzzi behind early here at 0-2. That one misses well outside for ball one. And Fantuzzi lines one out to left, and that's going to drop in front of the left fielder. And Fantuzzi's got a leadoff single. So Fantuzzi gets the better result he was hoping for there. And now with a runner at first and nobody out, up comes the extra hitter, number 34, Nico Hart. Shows bunt, lays it down, right to the pitcher. Simple sac bunt. One out in the inning, but Fantuzzi moves into scoring position. Now up the left fielder, number 12, James Skeffington. Slices one over the backstop for strike one. Like I said before, last time up, Skeffington got a two-out single up the middle, advanced on a wild pitch, and then later came in to score what is so far Brookline's only run. Now up with a runner in scoring position. That one's high for ball one. That's a high ball too. Shows bunt. Sneaks a bunt over the third base side. Third baseman picks it up, throws, and it's dropped, and Fantuzzi is taking off for home, and he scores. The surprise bunt works wonders for Brookline, as Skeffington reaches on what's either a bunt single or an E5. Personally, I would classify it as a single, but that's not my call. I'll check the stats later. However, what's without question is that Fantuzzi came in to score on what is either an E5 or an E3, depending on how you want to score it. And Brookline takes the 2-1 lead. Skeffington takes off on a strike. Throw is close, but Skeffington manages to slide in safe. So a runner at second now for the Brookline center fielder, number 44, Justin Liu. He's got one RBI already today, and now he's got another runner in scoring position as this pitch sails high for ball two. Liu is 2 for 2 so far today, with one RBI. Takes that one low for ball three. Fouled off. That's going to be strike two. Full count to Liu now. And that one's going to miss for ball 4. Lou takes the free pass to first. With runners at first and second and 1 out, up comes the catcher, number 8, Ben Doktoroff. Doktoroff 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts today. First pitch low and away for ball 1. Skeffington at second, Lou at first. That one in there, strike 1. Doktoroff sends this one high to shallow center, and the center fielder's going to race in and take it for out number 2. Now 2 down, runners still at first and second. Up comes the shortstop, number 27, Elias Brendel. Brendel 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch so far today, was caught stealing third. Slices this one foul and out of play. His first time up, he popped out to the pitcher. His second time up, he was hit by a pitch. Advanced down to second, but was caught trying to steal third on what he thought was a hit by pitch, or what he thought was a wild pitch, excuse me. But ended up being a very nice recovery and throwdown by Ranella. 1-1 the count. Now 2-1 as that pitch came in low. That pitch going to hit the zone for strike 2. And that one's going to miss high and out for ball 3. So we got a full count now to Brendel. With full count, 2 outs, both runners going to be taking off on the pitch. And it's in the zone, and Brendel can't believe it, but he is down on strikes. Brookline able to get 1 run across with some help from 1 defensive error. The score after 5, Brookline 2, Belmont 1. It's going to be the 10-1-2 hitters due up for Belmont. Saka, Ranella, and Broderick. Brookline sticking with Hoffman on the mound going into the 6th inning. As Hoffman has continued to be effective through 5 innings of work thus far. Leading off for Belmont here in the top of the 6th. The first baseman, number 44, Saka. First pitch fouled off, strike 1. That one curves in nicely for strike 2. Saka behind in the count early at 0-2. Hits a high chopper to short. Charging in and taking it is Brendel. Throws to first for out number 1. And, you know, give credit to the fielders behind Hoffman. Hoffman's only got 3 pitching strikeouts so far today. He's largely been able to be confident pitching to contact and relying on the fielders behind him to take care of business. Now batting for Belmont, the catcher, number 6, Ranella. This takes high ball 1. Ranella so far today has grounded out to short twice as it takes ball 2 there. That one's going to miss as well for ball 3. Shows bunt, pulls back, and takes ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to Ranella. Potential tying run is aboard. Now coming up, the pitcher, number 13, Broderick. First pitch gets away, and Ranella's going to take off for second. A wild pitch, and just like that, the tying run in scoring position. Hoffman's been pitching deep into this game. He's pitched 5 1/3 innings already today. A reminder that through his first 2 starts of the summer, he pitched just 7 innings. And that one's going to miss high for ball 2. 2-0 the count to Broderick. That one's going to miss high for ball 3. 7 straight balls thrown so far for Hoffman. And that one's going to miss way high. So back-to-back 4-pitch walks. But Brookline showing no signs of going to a new pitcher at the moment. As now with runners at first and second and 1 out, up comes the second baseman, number 27, Noon. First pitch, it's a grounder back to Hoffman. Throws to third to get the lead runner. Hoffman needed that one. A 1-pitch second out gets the lead runner. And now 2 down, runners at first and second. Up comes the third baseman, number 33, Melanson. First pitch curves in low for a ball. Attempted pickoff at second is not going to get the runner. So that'll simply be ball 1. They got Broderick at second, Noon at first. That pitch going to miss low for ball 2. Swing and a miss there for strike 1. Doctoroff thought about the pickoff at first. But the first baseman wasn't there, so it'll simply be strike one. That one is low and gets away from Doctoroff. Both runners taking off. The wild pitch puts the tying run just 90 feet away with the go-ahead run in scoring position. And a 3-1 count. And this one rocketed out to left. If that drops fair, and it does not. Boy, Melanson was that close to breaking this game open. But instead, we've got a full count with 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position in a 1-run ball game. Boy, if this isn't just the essence of baseball right here. And he slices that one. It's going to be in foul territory. It might be playable, and Fantuzzi's got it. Hoffman gets out of the jam. Things looked really shaky there for a moment. Hoffman threw 11 balls in 13 pitches and almost had everything collapse when Melanson launched that laser out to left, but it dropped foul. And then Melanson got a check swing foul on what probably would have been a high ball 4 had he been able to let that one go, and it would have loaded the bases. But instead, Belmont comes away with no runs. Brookline maintains its lead going into the bottom of the 6th inning. But still, such a narrow 1-run ball game. We got another note in the live chat from Bowani GD. Very simple. What's good, Jesse? Oh, it's Rowan Miller from Brookline Volleyball. Oh, that's a pleasant surprise. Hey, Rowan, I'm happy to see you tuning in. Love seeing Brookline student athletes supporting one another by tuning into these live streams. Of course, Rowan Miller, a member of that Brookline High boys volleyball team that went on a magical run to the Final Four this past spring. Team that was a lot of fun to cover and that I'm looking forward to having the chance to cover again next spring. But in the meantime, it is still the summer, so I'm sticking with baseball for the time being. Due up will be the 4, 5, 6 hitters for Brookline here in the bottom of the 6th. Hoffman, Engelman, and Rosenblatt. Broderick returning to the hill for Belmont for a 2nd inning of work after he took over for Saka in the 5th. Now stepping up to the plate for Brookline, the pitcher, number 15, Owen Hoffman. Fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. Hoffman, his last time up, he grounded out to 3rd. Before that, popped out to 2nd. Swing and a miss there for strike 2. Slices this one down the right field side, and it's going to drop foul out of reach for the right fielder. Still 0-2 the count. Hoffman hits a hard grounder deep in the infield. Shortstop making a long throw, but not going to be in time as Hoffman legs out the infield single. Now batting with a runner at first and nobody out. The third baseman, number 2, Charlie Engelman. Shows bunt, lays it up the first base line. Pitcher chases it down and throws to first for out number 1. But a successful sac bunt by Engelman. In a game like this, small ball can truly rule the day. Any kind of fundamentals to move the runners along. It's a strategy that might not sit well with Moneyball, but, you know, this is not the professional level. This is high school. And that's going to be a high ball 1 to the right fielder, number 17, Adam Rosenblatt. That one is going to miss for ball 2. 2-0 the count. Rosenblatt, 2 for 2 so far today with a pair of singles. He's going to take another one to the outside for ball 3. And that's going to be a 4-pitch walk. So 2 runners on now with 1 out. And up comes the second baseman, number 7, Caden Sheehan. First pitch going to miss, ball 1. Sheehan 0 for 2 so far today. Struck out and grounded out into a fielder's choice. Takes strike 1 there. Brookline trying to add some insurance runs here, clinging to a narrow 1-run lead. And Sheehan rockets one out to left, but it's right at the left fielder, and it's going to be caught for out number 2. Now coming up, the first baseman, number 11, Jackson Fantuzzi. Fantuzzi, last time up, he got a single and came in to score the go-ahead run on an E5. Takes strike 1 there. So Fantuzzi 1 for 2 so far today, and he'd certainly like an at-bat similar to his second one rather than his first. Big swing and a miss there for strike 2. Hoffman at second, Rosenblatt at first. 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Fouls one off to stay alive. And that one comes in over his head for ball 2. That one misses high and outside for ball 3. Fantuzzi skies one into shallow right. Second baseman on his horse, chasing it, drops! Drops in safe. 1 run comes in. Hoffman scores from second. Fantuzzi runs down to second on the throw. A 2-out RBI single for Jackson Fantuzzi as he dropped that right in the middle of no man's land. Hoffman comes in to score. And now a 3-1 lead for Brookline with 2 outs and runners at second and third. And up comes the extra hitter, number 34, Nico Hart. Hart, his last time up, he laid down a sac bunt, and before that went down on strikes. So 0 for 1 so far today. Rockets one out to right field, but the right fielder is right there to make the grab. And that will end the inning. Brookline adds a very helpful insurance run off the 2-out hit from Fantuzzi. And we now move into the top of the 7th inning. The final inning of regulation, Belmont's last chance to try and launch a comeback. The score, Brookline 3, Belmont 1. Now here's the million-dollar question. Does Brookline stick with Hoffman, or do they move to someone else on the mound? Things did get a little shaky there in the 6th inning, but Brookline showing full confidence in their guy as they send Hoffman out for one last inning. Only defensive substitution I can see is they have put number 25, Ellis Martino, out in right field to replace Rosenblatt. And it looks like, I think they've put Rosenblatt at first. Everything else staying the same defensively. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters. Jones, Dom, and Callanan providing the last chance for Belmont. Leading off, the extra hitter, number 40, Jones. First pitch from Hoffman in the dirt for ball 1. Jones, his last time up, grounded out back to the pitcher back in the 4th inning. Before that, got a single, stole 2 bases, and came in to score back in the 2nd. Takes another one in the dirt for ball 2. With a game this tight, this late in the contest, you have to wonder how much of a leash Brookline is going to give their starter here if things start getting out of control again. That's a grounder, going to stay in the infield, fielded by Brendel. Throw to first, just barely in time. Brendel almost took too much time on that throw to first as Jones showing his speed up the first base line, but they beat him by about a half a step. And that's a big first out get and a speedy runner to keep off the bags. Now at the plate is number 5, Dom, as he's going to take one inside for ball 1. Dom, his last time up, went down on strikes to lead off the 5th inning. Before that, drew a walk back in the 2nd, but was caught stealing second. Takes another ball for ball 2. That one hits the zone for strike 1. Two and one, the count to Dom. And he gets a grounder. It's back to the shortstop, fielded by Brendel, thrown to first, and gets out number 2. Elias Brendel's had a pretty solid day at shortstop. For a guy who usually occupies a spot in the outfield, he's played very well outside of the one throwing error a couple innings back. This pitch going to miss high and away for ball 1. At the plate now is number 2, Callanan. The last chance for Belmont. 2 down, bases empty. Swing and a miss there for strike 1. Swing and a miss there, strike 2. That one inside, ball 2. Hoffman 1 strike away or 1 out away from the complete game. That one just misses, ball 3. Full count to Callanan. And that's going to skip in the dirt for ball 4. This game is not over yet as Callanan draws the 2-out walk. Now back up to the plate is the right fielder, number 1, Connor, as he subs back in for number 15, with a runner at first and 2 down. First pitch, and he lines it out to left. That's going to drop in. Be careful, Belmont starting a bit of a rally here with 2 down. And now, coming up, after subbing back in as well for number 34, this is number 21, Saka. First pitch, and he lines it right to Brendel, and that is going to be the ball game. Owen Hoffman takes care of business on the mound with the complete game victory as Brookline wins. Your final score here at Warren Field, Brookline 3, Belmont 1. A gutsy complete game performance from Owen Hoffman. You could see he was starting to struggle with his control in those last couple innings. Belmont put up some big threats in both of those final frames in what has been a tight game all day long. But at the end of the day, Hoffman and the fielders behind him managed to take care of business to secure the W. Brookline improves to 6-3 on the year. Belmont falls to 6-3-1. Hoffman obviously gets the win on the mound. The loss goes to Broderick, as although the go-ahead score was scored on an error, it was still scored while he was on the mound. And so unfortunately he does end up with the loss. Recapping the game really quick. In the top of the first, Belmont got a 2-out walk and a steal of second, but the runner was left stranded. In the bottom of the first, Brookline got a leadoff single, but the runner got picked off between first and second, and no one else could do anything. Top of the second, Belmont got the scoring started. Jones led off with a single through the right gap, stole second, stole third, and then came in to score off an RBI groundout by Callanan. That would be the first run of the game, but unfortunately for Belmont, it would be their only run. Bottom of the second, Brookline got a 2-out single but left the runner stranded. Top of the third, Belmont went down in order. Bottom of the third, Brookline managed to get a run on the board. James Skeffington with a 2-out single up the middle, advanced to second on a wild pitch, and then came in to score off an RBI single from Justin Liu. Top of the fourth, Belmont got a runner on with 2 outs on an E6, and he went all the way to second but was left stranded. Bottom of the 4th, Brookline managed to get a couple of runners on but left them all stranded. One was caught stealing third, and 2 of them were left at first and second. Top of the 5th, Belmont got a 1-out walk and then a single. But then they put 2 runners on with 1 out, but then a pop out to second, and then some confusion on the base paths as the lead runner got picked off at second to end the inning. Bottom of the 5th, Brookline finally managed to take the lead. A leadoff single by Jackson Fantuzzi, a sac bunt to move him along, and then James Skeffington with another attempted bunt. Managed to reach on an E5, on what was either a bunt single or an E5. It was very close. I'll have to check that one. But either way, the E5 allowed Fantuzzi to round third and head for home with the go-ahead score. Brookline would leave 2 runners stranded in that inning, but did take the 2-1 lead. Top of the 6th, Belmont got 2 runners on with 1 out off of back-to-back 4-pitch walks, but then ground out into a fielder's choice, and then a foul pop-out to first ended the inning and left the runners stranded at second and third after a wild pitch. Bottom of the 6th, Brookline managed to add an insurance run off a leadoff single from Owen Hoffman, and then a 2-out RBI single dropped into shallow right by Jackson Fantuzzi that brought in Hoffman to score. Top of the 7th, Belmont put together a bit of a 2-out rally with a walk and a single, but a line out to short left the runners stranded and ended the ball game. Whoa, looks like my live chat exploded while I wasn't looking. As we see Kim Chung-sik and Winnie the Hamster also stop by. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you all to all of you who tuned in today. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. If you did, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Brookline is back in action tomorrow, as they will be scheduled to take on Reading Red back here at home at 5:45. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Subscribing to the channel can help. Thank you to all those who brought the good vibes in the live chat. And remember, if there's anything you'd like to say after the live stream is concluded, you can say it in the comment section down below. You can also go down below to the description section of the video to find all the information you need about our local charity spotlight, the Brookline Community Foundation. You can also check out the bottom right corner of your screen for more information about me. You can see my personal website, jessesports.com, find out more about me, the freelance sports broadcasting services that I provide to various teams, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team. You can also send me an email with any questions or requests you may have. And you can also follow me on Instagram, where I post highlights from previous live streams. But for this live stream, that is going to do it. Final score, Brookline 3, Belmont 1. From Warren Field in Brookline, Massachusetts, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.